Welcome back, subscribers. I just got off the phone with a friend of mine and thought I would share this with you. It's it's a business related element, but it has to do also with age. I don't know, neuroplasticity, uh, understanding that getting like advice from somebody. And when it comes to business, um, a lot of times it's pretty static. Like for example, like opening up a company, an LLC, an S corp. Like you've got to do what the administrators tell you to do. You can't screw around. Um, Taxation, the way things are keyed in your books. It is what it is. Like if I have a business expense and it's a insurance for a vehicle or property insurance or whatever, tools and machinery, it is what it is. That is it. There is no smoke and mirrors. All right. So there are some elements inside of running a business of how to manage your books. And when I first started my business career, I didn't take accounting. I didn't take an accounting class. We had a pretty decent uh business uh was a we had it was technically a business department, I guess, at our high school. Um, but I took like business law, principles of marketing. I think there was like four classes I think you take. The one that I didn't take was accounting because I wasn't into it. I wasn't into numbers and understanding. In hindsight, I should have taken it. And part of the reason that turned me off of it is because friends of mine that did take the class, um, they had a separate workbook, which was basically like doing the books. And it was a workbook. It was like, and I remember like going through and like seeing like all this like handwritten like work, like you have to like do homework and fill the book up with handwritten ledgering. And I was like, ah, man, that's not my speed. I'm not taking that class. And part of the reason why I took those classes, the business classes, was because it was pretty much an easy A because the teacher was the varsity high school, football coach. And I played football. So it's like, okay, I just need to that's kind of the way I did my high school career was just like, I'm going to make sure that I'm taking classes and skate through this thing because this is all a bunch of BS and go with the teachers that I liked. And then my mother was in the administration of the school in the district. So she knew the people that would like who got along with her and who didn't get along with her. So it's like I knew a lot of that internal politicking. And that's again where I think I had learned that element very young that the politics that inside of whatever your environment you're in is super important. So anyway, I didn't get the accounting. So books to me, like it never really made a hell of a lot of sense. And actually how I learned it was I ended up getting QuickBooks. I like QuickBooks was the first thing. I was like, oh, I got a business now. I should get QuickBooks. And I'm just messed around with it on the computer. And this is very, very early on. This would have been like mid 90s. Yeah, so they had like Windows 95. That was actually a pretty good operating system. So like going back that far, and I didn't know how to do it. So I was like, well, I could pay for this QuickBooks back then. It was maybe like $30, for the CD. So I was like, oh, if I got a computer, I'll put it in the computer and I'll just kind of figure it out. Right. And there was no internet really. It was like in the rudimentary stages, nothing like with what it is today. Basically, you had to go to the store and buy a disc, and that was the only part of the media that you'd have. It was like localized on your localized machine, no cloud, any of that crap. Go to the store, buy QuickBooks, you own it. You could run it till the cows come home. No subscription services, none of that bullshit. So that's what I did. I just went through it and be like, okay, this is a check. This is setting up the account. And it was just like what it says. It's intuitive. It was a very intuitive. And it kind of walked you through it. So that's how I learned how to take care of my own business, my books. So anyway, I'm on the phone with this guy and I call him Uncle Russ. I've been friends with him for probably 20 years now. And we cross-pollinated with our businesses. And Russ is just now retired, like officially, like in the past, I don't know what it's been, 6 months, something like that. And he used to be uh, uh, basically a delivery truck driver. He drove a large, like semi-sized cab dump truck, but it was a specialized, highly specialized truck called a stone thrower. So it had it has this conveyor belt on the back of it. So you get like this 20 ton, that's what it would hold, 20 ton load of stone on the back of this truck. Total gross weight of this thing is 80,000 pounds. Like that's how big it was. And show up to a job site or a house, and then he could convey the material off this conveyor belt, like wherever you needed it. And he had like this little like joystick thing that he used to kind of like, it's like a video game, and it had this conveyor belt that came off the back of the truck that was about 8-10 feet long. And he could throw stone up to about accurately, maybe, 100 feet, 150 feet, something like that. And then it would just turn into a shotgun blast at the end of how fast it would get going. But at any rate, it was like a specialized business. He's an intelligent guy. He's not like walking with a limp, with no teeth, and looks like he could, you know, been hired as an extra for Deliverance back in the day. But he's like it's a regular guy. He just decided to do this actually as a retirement business. He's got a super funny story, like it's super tough luck story. But anyway, I won't get into that right now. Um, I start talking with him. So he's retired. He's got two of these trucks. Now these trucks, brand new, are worth $350,000 a piece, something like that. Depends on how you trick them out and all the bells and whistles, the paint job and everything else, whatever. But yeah, that's kind of a lot of money. So they're used. So he's thinking he's got maybe a value of about 300,000. He doesn't even really know because he hasn't had them appraised, and he's not at the point where he can even sell them because there's some things that need to be replaced on them. Simple things like one of them needs a battery and just like miscellaneous stuff. But he's taken really, really good care of these trucks. So he's sitting on some pretty decent assets, a few $100,000. And he's worried now that he's retired that he's going to take in all this income and he's going to have to pay taxation on it, and it's going to screw up his Social Security. He's like, I really need to go to a planner, and I'm like, what are you trying to plan? Like, what are you trying to do? I'm like, well, this is like basically what I do, Russ. Like, what are you trying to do? And he says, well, I don't want to pay the taxes. And I say, okay. I say, well, just open up a Coinbase account. I said, and you need to move them into another asset. You could do a couple of different things. I explained to him, I said, if you're able to sell these two pigs for $300,000, get rid of them, then that's going to hit your balance sheet as an income. So now you need to offset that and either reinvest it into something else. He's like, well, I'm building a house. And I say, well, why don't you build a house in a new company and fund the company with startup capital from the money that's generated from the sales of the truck? And he's like, you could do that? I'm like, yeah. And I said, then you don't have to pay income tax because you're starting a new company. And he's like, so you just basically keep leapfrogging, with these companies, and that's how people get away from paying tax. And he's like, it can't be that simple. And I'm like, yeah, it is. It's that simple. I said, I think I just need to talk to a tax planner. I'm like, go right the hell ahead, dude. I was like, but if you don't tell them what you want to do, what your intentions are, they're not going to hold your hand through this. I said, they're going to tell you an option of what you might be able to do. I said, or here's another thing you can do. Get them, sell them, 300,000, open up an account at Coinbase or Kraken. And I said, and then before the end of the year, dump the money into Bitcoin because it's property. It's basically like buying a house, only it's liquid. You could sell it, sell parts of it off. I said, or just keep it going. Just keep the company open and then move those assets, move the trucks and just swap them. You're doing a swap for these trucks and then swap it for Bitcoin. It'll go from the trucks to cash, cash to Bitcoin. I said, but your balance sheet, since it's through the company, it's going to look like it's a business expense because it's viewed as property. And again, he's like, it can't be that simple. I'm like, it is that simple. It's like, what? You need Michael Saylor to tell you? Like, what in the world, dude? So he's the kind of person that he gets paralyzed, and he's a procrastination is his bag. He just that's his MO. And can't fault him for it. It's just the way he is. Super nice guy, but it's really hard for him to do it, to get moving. And I've said to him, like, how in the hell can someone like you have started a business? And he's like, oh, I don't even know. It wasn't what I thought it was going to be. And again, we're in the Raleigh-Durham area. So like, if you buy a dump truck, you're gonna be fine. It's like, it's just pay the insurance, pay the truck and the fuel, and maintenance the thing. And it's work till the cows come home. Like, it's ridiculous. Just go buy a dump truck. Now he has a specialized one. Dump trucks aren't like just a dump truck. They're, I don't know, $150,000, something like that. But yeah. And guys, I know guys that are, multimillionaires from just doing material deliveries. Nuts. I've got a friend of mine that's an excavator. He moves dirt, and the dude's got airplanes, and he's a Porsche guy. He takes a couple of weeks off a year and goes out west and races his cars and shit. Yeah, and he moves freaking dirt. So anyway, but again, it's because our area is just so robust. And but yeah, when you are, if you're in a business and you're working long enough, he's been doing this for like 20 years. You end up, gaining assets. You get value in things. But unless you have some kind of a background in how to move those said assets around, oh my gosh, you're the whole reason for why you're working is just kind of like up in the wind. You're just leaving it up for chance. Like, that's ridiculous. I'm like, so these elements are static. So if you're taking the income in, just get rid of the income. I guess as simple as that. That's all you need to do. And I told him, I said, part of the problem, I said, with small business owners is that you really need to know accounting. I said, he and I have the same accountant. And they basically, our accountant processes our books. That's about it. So we're the ones that basically determine, work and our balance sheets. Like, this is my profit loss statement. I do all of that. I do it, through QuickBooks or Quicken, one of the other Quicken accounts. Simple. It's easy. And you just reconcile it against, I use one of my businesses. I have one credit card. It's easy to reconcile, and a bank statement, and that's it. And it's simple. And now, I mean, there's got to be something really wrong with you or you shouldn't be in business, because now it already pre-categorizes everything for you. Like, I use a Capital One card, and it automatically will categorize your expenses. And then it gives you like a little pie graph and tells you where everything is. Well, shit. Like I said, 20, 25 years ago, they didn't have that shit. They didn't have any of that. So you had to do it all on your own. So again, if you didn't know it, everything now is like done for you. Like, people really have no excuse, for you to, get off your ass and go do something, unless you don't have any money. But, as far as keeping track of things, like, it's done. Like, it's like they've taken all the work out of it. So now it's like, all right, learn how to move money around in your business and use tools, financial tools, to your benefit so that you can mitigate the taxation. I'm like, that's it. So one of the elements, like, say, with Bitcoin, which is so fantastic, is that at the end of the year, this is always what would happen with business owners, small business owners. Let's say, for example, you make surplus cash and you make 20,000, 150,000, 500,000, whatever the number is, whatever, 10 grand. All right. When you finish the year end, that is considered income. All right. Well, if you could shift that into something else, another asset, as an expense, then you can drive that number down to at least be flat, or at least get it down pretty low. Say it's 100 grand. you're coming to the year end. It's December 25th. You're like, oh shit, I'm gonna have to pay all this money next year in taxes. Da, 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 da. Your accountant's like, oh my gosh, you better go out and buy a new truck. Buy some equipment and get your number down. No, 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 no. Just open up a corporate, like a business uh trading account on Coinbase or Kraken, and then go on there and then transfer the money into the account. Or if it's big money like that, then get a broker. Like use Caleb Brown. I'm gonna get Caleb Brown on, because I've been using them for I don't know, 5 years maybe. So I just need to shoot them an email. We were just kind of waiting on get stuff together on the backside of our in our website and get it. He's established the emails and things like that before I kind of reached out with them, because I wanted it to be kind of clean slated. But anyway, let's say it's a lot of money. You can open up with a crypto broker, transfer the money in, buy Bitcoin. January the 1st, you could pull the money right back out again. You're going to pay money. You're going to pay for the trade, but you're not going to pay the tax. The tax is going to be way higher than the trade. Or just leave it in there. Like use it as a depository. That's like the Michael Saylor effect. Just put it in as your company treasury, right? And just buy it, because think of it as like buying part of a house. It's property. That's the way you have to think of it. So now you can use it as a financial tool to mitigate taxation leading towards the end of the year. And I think what you're going to see, I think once the market finally sneezes and rectifies itself, and then we get past our depression and everything. So maybe 2032 or something like that. I'm not sure. 2030 to 2032. Once we get past that point, I think you're going to see like a pretty consistent cyclical, probably in November to December, that you're going to see a surge in the crypto markets going into the end of the year. And usually you typically see this in the markets as well, that short positions are being closed and guys are buying back. They're buying hard assets back because they need to get their balance sheets balanced so they don't have to pay taxes. That's the game. So I'll do a video and just kind of show this for those of you that aren't traders, that don't have a background in trading, that you can see these cycles and why these people are doing what they're doing and why the markets go up and down. So at any rate, so he's got a situation where he has to sell these trucks. He's got to sell. If he doesn't, they're depreciating assets. Every day that goes by, it's a piece of machinery. It's just going to rot. You got to get rid of it. So sell it, swap it for something else. And then I told him, I'm like, dude, Bitcoin's perfect for you. I said, you're so freaking lazy and you procrastinate so much. I said, don't worry about it. Just wait it out. And then if you ever figure out what you're supposed to do with yourself, I mean, I totally bust this guy's balls. I said, if you don't, it doesn't matter. Then it just sits in the Bitcoin. It's fine. It'll be fine. And he's already in it. That's the other thing. It's not like he's some newbie. I got him invested into crypto a ways back, so he's made money. But he's just, as far as like the, I don't know, business gymnastics. Oh man, he's like, come on, dude. Like, come on. So at any rate, that's I just figured I'd talk about it, because it's like I just literally got off the phone with him and I'm like, I just want to like shake him. Like, stop telling me you have a problem when you don't have a problem. You're ignorant. That's all it is. I told him. I told him it's exactly what I said to the guy. So learn what you should do, learn what your options are, and then make a choice. Don't just sit there and, cry in your beer or rock in the corner. There's always going to be an option. It's always going to identify itself, and it's right in front of his face. And I'm in the believer that there are people that like to be like persecuted. There are people that like to be mistreated. There are people that they like to have good lives and see the bright side. They like to make lemonade out of lemons. They're always, turning up golden horseshoes. That's the side I identify with. The latter, many people are on the other. Like it's always a woe is me. I'm the victim. Da, 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 da. And be like, no, that's horseshit. Do something with yourself. Move forward. As long as you're moving, stay moving. Keep your legs moving. Keep them going. All right, so I'm gonna cut out. It's just something I just had to kind of get off my chest. But yeah, there's lots of the crypto is gonna be for a business owner is going to be a fantastic financial tool for you if you're a business owner. And if you're getting into business, you can start using and learning how this works because they are incentivizing you to use it. Oh, it's the mark of the beast. Like I could what the hell ever. I mean, the US dollar is the mark of the beast. If you don't know the history of the US dollar and you're saying that shit, be like, you have no idea about the history of the US dollar. You don't know the people behind it. You don't know about it. So it's already in the market of the beast. We're already in it, whatever. I don't believe any of that crap. Um, I know of the stories, absolutely, and I know about all the esoteric elements and things that are all our money, but it's always been there. It's always been there. So we're gonna use the people's money. It's gold and silver. I'm like horse shit. It's not gonna work that way. It's not for regular people. You're not gonna be able to, carry a backpack of gold around. Everything is always evolving. It's not devolving. And if you're the mindset that you think that there's going to be I need to have a go bag and everything, all the shit's going to hit the fan. And I need to have gold and silver and junk silver in a backpack so I can buy a loaf of bread. Be like, that might be for like a week if something gets really bad, a couple of weeks. But if you're walking around with anything of any value, people's just going to take it anyway. If it's that bad, max. So the governments aren't going to let that happen. It's just not going to happen. It's just something that they're chumming and they're putting out there to get everybody afraid, to get them to believe that those types of things have happened. And ultimately, what's the result? You sit at your house on your ass and you count your rations and you make sure you have water on hand and plenty of bullets and all this other crap. And I've experienced this firsthand because my grandfather was in this boat. All right. So uh there is so much energy behind cryptographic technology and it's already happening. And I check out the subscription stuff and I'm going to be adding to like I'm going to be having interviews with people explaining how this works and what the benefits are. Like boots on the ground, like real shit, not my opinion. All right. So anyway, more to come. Cheers.